Hey everybody, it's CJ Graham, Jason Voorhees. That's right, Friday the 13th, part 6. And you're listening to thescenesnobs.com.
I realized that said the Scene Snobs. I was like, he was there. That would be fun if we played that right before.
Sorry, new headset. We have a video of him talking about Fear Fest, and he's on a horse, which I'm pretty sure the horse's name is Buttercup, which is the cutest thing that I've ever heard. So.
Oh, he lives out in well, I know you know this.
He's a ranch, yeah.
Yeah, he has a ranch out in Montana. I remember I was talking to him when he was on our show, and I was like, "You should be on Yellowstone." And he was like, "I would very much like to be on
Feels
Yellowstone."
appropriate. We ran into him at Haunted Screams in Hampton, Virginia, and he was like, "Why haven't you guys had me back?" And we're like, "You were just at the con like last year. Like, we've only had one show since we last saw you, but we would love to at some point have you back." Yes, absolutely. Yeah, he's a good guy.
How was that? How was Haunted Screams?
It was pretty fun. We got piercings. Just like, spontaneously, which was fun. Yeah, talked to a lot of people, hung out with a lot of the celebs, which was kind of cool. Their after party, like a lot of them were there, so that was pretty cool. Talked to I think Poncho was his name a lot. That was cool. Yeah. It was a good time. Girls spooky weekend.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm
But with work.
I'm glad I didn't mess it up by showing up. My boy.
Oh no, we would have loved to have seen you guys.
I really wanted to make it down. I just got stuck. We had like a fire in our circuit box, so like we had to get all that figured out.
Gross.
It was just disaster. Plus, there was like 10 other things going on all the time. It was nuts.
Fair.
But listen, conventions, right? We'll get to the next ones. So welcome everybody to Horror Conversations. That's right. I'm your host, Mick Manhattan, joined as always by the lovely and amazing Queen of Scream herself, Destini. How are you?
I have a pretty good scream.
I believe it. You should. How come you don't do more like indie horror films?
Because we can't come up with a name we like. That's the whole reason. Like I
didn't mean make yours. I meant be in them.
No, I'm not. I'm definitely more of a director, stage manager type person, and not a on the screen person. Angie is the on the screen person. She's amazing. She's very talented and she's a wonderful writer. So together, we are going to do stuff, and she's insisted that I'm in the feature that she's writing right now. So,
nice.
Cool. We'll see how that goes.
I want you to do that. I think that would be awesome.
Oh, it means I get to wear a pretty dress. I mean, that's pretty cool. So,
is it a horror film?
Yes.
Ooh, I love it. I love me a good horror film. I was just in a horror film.
Because Matt?
I was in. Well, I mean, yeah, indirectly.
I know he was casting.
No, not in his. He hasn't cast me yet. I usually get calls from Matt to like do stuff like this. He will call me sometimes to be an extra. It just depends if I'm available. But I was in Dave Kerr's next movie.
Gotcha. That's pretty cool.
I have like a featured I would say cameo. That is like the most arrogant I think I could ever be.
Well, you did once tell me that you knew one of the guests at the con and that it was you. So
yeah, well, I mean that's true. That's true.
About the same.
I didn't say I'm a big ticket item at the con. I said that I'll be there. No,
and you better be.
It was so much fun being an extra on that. I'm getting killed in a movie.
That's pretty cool.
I'm so excited. I want that. Like, I loved working in film. I'm not saying I would never go back. In fact, I might be producing a movie soon. Short film. That's as far as I'm going. But yeah, I just like, I don't want to act anymore. I don't want to make I don't want to be a filmmaker. I want to do this. I love doing this stuff. But I would love to get killed in horror movies, like indie.
We got you. You can just die in all of our movies. Just like in the background, the Wilhelm Scream character that just like dies all the time, every single movie. Yes, you can be a meme.
I do have. I'll be a meme. I think I made a meme about me the other day. Inadvertent.
I don't think you could single-handedly make a meme. You can make an image that is a meme, but you cannot make the concept of a meme by yourself.
I don't know. My Corey Cunningham meme went really viral. Like, people liked it.
That's not by yourself though. It's other people.
Yeah, but people hate me too. So I just associate it with both of us. You want to see my so you know how like on our show we have that live show where we all kind of get together and just have fun, right? Mick at
Is
night.
that I wouldn't know. I've never been invited, so.
You are always invited. First of all, you're always invited. Any show I have, you should. I told you that. I said you can be like a guest co-host. You can just come in and hang out. So don't give me that. I will start inviting you if that's the case now. Every time I'm just.
If you think it's a relevant topic or like concept or theme for me, then absolutely see if I'm free.
That's
But I
just
like hanging out with you.
Yeah, me too. And you're a fun co-host. So
Yeah, pretty good.
I did make a jingle though. It's
A
my
jingle?
first. It's my first one.
Oh boy.
And it's for Mick at night. You want to see it?
Oh, okay, yes.
It's pretty scary.
It's Mick at Night. It's such a delight. Hey, everybody, it's Mick at Night. Filmed live in front of a studio audience. Well.
So you're a Snorlax in that? Is that what that's the little, thing?
Yeah. I'm a kaiju. I'm a Snorlax kaiju in that.
I feel like we need to build like a very childish like cityscape. Like have your kids build one out of like cardboard with like little windows drawn on, and you can just film it from like down low. It'll be hilarious.
My favorite would be is the scale would be way too small, and it would just be my feet on screen crushing. And you
or like that really, really far angle where it's like barely catching your chin. Like
listen, don't get all smart on me with your filmmaking ways.
You have the same experience I do. Like we're pretty on par.
No. I have directed 2 things in my life, and they were both shorts and they were both school projects. Everything else I've either written or produced, or I've worked on some capacity and other things. But
right,
no. So I do not chalk myself up to knowing anything about directing, other than like taking classes, reading books, and stuff like that.
That's how everybody learns anything.
Yeah, but I think experience is the biggest thing. Like even like putting yourself like aspiring filmmakers, and I think this is relevant because a lot of indie filmmakers are horror based. So, and that's great. I think that's the way it should be, considering there's no love for horror in the mainstream. So when I watch
there was for like this much time, and then it's kind of like
it really was. Everything just kind of drained out. Like it's just not the same. So I like when it comes to directing, like even somebody who's never directed before, but that is like their thing. That's experience in my opinion. That's like you're putting that ahead, like you're working towards it.
Well, it's kind of funny because I went to school originally for film. I took sound Foley classes. I learned how to do editing. I like looked at everything from a technical point of view, and then student loans happened and I couldn't keep going to school. So I switched to a horrible for-profit art school to do graphic design, which was useless because I was literally teaching my teachers how to do their job.
Yeah.
Because I had been doing graphic design unintentionally since I was like 10 years old for fun. Like just for fun on my laptop with like a VHS player in front of me, repeating Chamber of Secrets because it's the only VHS that I had. Like I just making graphics for horribly embarrassing forums. Like just that's
I love that.
Yeah, so I learned graphic design before I knew it was a job, and then I ended up graduating college with a degree in graphic design, and I built a business and met Steph and did a lot of stuff for our haunted attraction together, a lot of video work, a lot of editing, and I did like a film intensive study with New York Film Academy for directing, and like I got all the pieces, just not in the right order or in the right, like the traditional way of getting like a directing degree or like a filmmaking related degree. So I can do everything.
You don't need it.
I can do everything. I just never officially learned how to do anything because I just picked it all up along the way. So it's going to work. It's going to be great.
When I went to Full Sail,
you too?
Yeah, everybody. They
tricked us all.
I think Full Sail is deeply rooted in the Kevin Bacon game. Everybody somehow connected to everybody else to that school.
Yeah. You probably went at the same time as a couple of the people I went to the New York Film Academy with, because they all went to Full Sail after they finished that program. So there was probably like overlap. We can probably 6 degrees it, is my point.
Yeah. Well, Chris Harris is here. He says, "What's up, Horror Geeks? What's going on, Chris?"
Hey, I remember you.
Yeah. He said Mick was the best guy. Oh, thanks, buddy. And Sarah,
you mean on this show? My show?
Yeah, this one too. All of them. And David Montoya really like Montana. David Montana really likes you. He says you seem genuine, but this guy is full of himself. I'm new, not the impression I want. I am. Listen, AJ, I am David, I am 1,000%. I'm 1,000% full of myself. Thank you so much for joining in tonight. That's a troll that we have. He's making up different accounts and he's messing around. So I just, whatever. Have fun. Call me what you want. I'll just block you. No, and you know what? With the price of fame, that's what happened. I should.
Who hasn't had a stalker?
Listen,
Come on now.
Oh, you know what? Actually, speaking of directing, going back to you. Well, no, women have stalkers because men are fucking creepy assholes. But I guess women.
Some of them aren't.
Women, I would like. I know a lot of like. And I don't want to get into this. This seems like such a
you're
terrible
going
thing.
on. I feel like you're going really off topic, and I have a really good response to it. So,
okay, yeah, no,
you want to take the path or not?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna take the path because I want to hear your response. So I don't know if I can. I've met a lot of creepy women in my life. Way more creepy men, right? I think it's a positive thing. But even the creepy women didn't feel like stalkers to me. They just felt more clingy. And I kind of get that because, listen, I don't get the men's side because I think the men are creepy and they're stalkerish because men don't like to hear no. And it's like, no, I'm sorry. Not all men. Some of us are completely fine with hearing that word. In fact, some of us respect you for saying it. But then you have some who are just like, you're a problem. I know you. Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift right now.
I have absolutely no idea what's going on.
You know, there's no way you have your hand in the pop culture too. Maybe not in deeply, but you are in social media. There's no way you haven't at least seen a picture of these two together.
Nope. No idea.
I respect
Fun fact
so
though,
much.
I knew people that knew her because we were like 2 hours apart in high school. But like before she got famous. Anyway, side note.
Wait, where?
Reading, Pennsylvania.
You're from Reading, Pennsylvania?
No, I'm from like 2 hours away from Reading, Pennsylvania. So like I knew people that knew people like that knew her personally, yeah. Before she got famous.
Where in Pennsylvania are you from?
The middle.
You don't have to tell me the exact like
the middle
street. I don't want to know the address.
I moved around a lot, so I lived in a lot of different places.
You can tell me a town next to it.
I don't know any towns. I blocked it all out. No, I'm actually from Williamsport, Pennsylvania, which is the home of Little League Baseball, which means that there is 2 weeks of time in that town where you can't drive anywhere and everything is terrible because there are oversized middle schoolers on the baseball teams of other countries just like taking up space everywhere. So
yeah, that makes sense.
Otherwise, it's a really shitty factory town that like decrepit. It's terrible.
Dude, all right. Again, I'm gonna put my foot in. Let's just talk about horror. Let's talk about your trip because I'm gonna put my foot.
I don't know why you're willing having a conversation. Side note, I did actually watch a comedy clip relating to how men and women are differently creepy and how when women do it, it's kind of adorable, but when men do it, it's actually creepy. And I literally just watched this on TikTok, like right before this show. So her name is Gina Brillian, and you should watch it because it's funny.
Okay, I'm writing it down now.
No, you're not. I'm sending you a screenshot.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll just wait for that. I was writing it down though. I was trying to be on top of it.
So on that topic, that skit is like perfect. It's a perfect response. So, horror movies. The reason we're here.
Actually, I want to know how your trip went. You went to Australia.
It was beautiful. It was magical. My Instagram is very full, even though I've been back for 2 weeks. I touched a kangaroo. I petted it and I ate on my hand. I met a koala bear and I got to touch his little furry butt. I also had meerkats climbing all over me at one point. I climbed the Sydney Harbor Bridge, like in the middle of the harbor, like, oh, look, water. And the opera house is over there. And I got that cute picture of me like, it was good. Awesome. It was amazing. It was an incredible trip, and it's a beautiful, beautiful country. All the food is really good and really fresh and not polluted, so that's fun. Um,
Well, what
it was
is
a
the
good time.
food? What is the food in Australia? What is Australia? Oh, well, all right. I can only go based
They
on Outback.
only eat Vegemite. That's it. No, I'm just kidding.
So Outback
Um,
lied.
no. Honestly, I hate that restaurant because it's so like nothing to do with their like food culture. But I was in specifically Sydney, which is very coastal. Everything's near the beach. It's like 20 minutes from you max anywhere you go in the city. So like everything is seafood. Everything is very oceanic and delicious. So I also had German twice, which was a weird like crossover.
I don't think so, because isn't Australia was like a prison colony, right? Like this is a penal colony. They sent people there from like England and all over the place, right?
Yes, yes, but mostly from like British citizens, like UK from the UK. As far as I know, I'm not very well
Oh,
versed in Australian history, but like I learned a couple things. Like apparently there was a ship full of explorers, and they were just like 80 to 100 people on a little boat. And I went to the spot where they landed, and they have this like cool sculpture of like boat bones or kind of whale bones or boat bones mixed together, and it's like got words on it, and it's cool. So yeah, they apparently landed and they thought the whole country was like super lush and really going to grow a lot of crops. They were wrong. It's not. It's mostly sand. But they ended up settling coastlines, and the center of the country is mostly like wilderness at this point, desert.
very cool.
And
That's awesome. I don't want to go at all.
you should. It's a gorgeous place. It
Oh,
took me like 24 hours in the air to get there, but
I've watched a lot of movies from Australia. In fact, I have a pretty good Australian accent if I listen to somebody with an Australian accent. Because I used to mess around, and like when I would do sales calls back in the day, I would go and change my voice, but I was only really good at Australian, so I'd have to like watch something or listen to something Australian to kind of get into it.
right,
And
like
so
a few phrase to get into it.
so my background is in Australia. But it looks like a beautiful place with beautiful people, amazing, strong, like crazy, like brave people, because that thing is a death trap.
I didn't see anything scary. I was so upset. I didn't see any huntsman spiders, which are supposed to be like this big. We went to like cliffs and like walked around like rock pools with like, little microbiomes of like marine life in them. No
Mhm.
killer octopus, no stonefish, nothing. No snakes, nothing. I saw
Well,
nothing. I was so upset about it. I was like, if I don't have a near death experience with a stonefish or like a red belly snake or something, like what was the point? I mean, obviously there was a point.
uh, you wanted to survive. That was the point.
I would have survived, but I would have a really good story. And when I told everybody that I was going to do the meet the koala bears experience, they were all like, "Oh no, they're actually like feral and they're going to like slash your face off." And I'm like, "That's fine, because then I'll have a scar on my face that'll be like it was a koala bear and nobody will believe me." And Steph told me that I should be carrying an empty beer can around with me so I could say it was a bar fight with a koala bear, but that didn't work out. So
That'd be amazing. Oh, can I just ask?
also, they're extremely peaceful creatures and they do nothing. One of them stuck
Koala
its
bears?
leg out once. That was like the most. But when it got down off the
Oh yeah,
tree and it ran, it was very fast. Very fast. Surprisingly fast.
that would freak me out.
It was very cute.
That would
His
be
little
like
wobbly
Ewoks.
butt.
Yeah, it'd be like Ewoks, like running around, and it would just freak me the hell out.
Kind of.
It's too much. I can't handle it. I'd be like, nah, I'm a Wookiee. This don't work for me.
But no, they
So,
actively like pull like food out of your hand and stuff. We couldn't hold them. Normally for this experience, you're allowed to like hold the koala bear, but we couldn't because apparently there's a foot and mouth disease outbreak in that area of the world. I think mostly the Philippines, but there's like a couple of cases in Australia. So they made us like wash our hands and like hose down our shoes, and we could touch them, but we couldn't hold them because we couldn't like get too close to them. But
Australia's no joke with their, like, especially COVID. They were locked down like longer than anyone.
and very seriously with like very extreme fines for going out of your house. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I had a director early on the show. I interviewed him, and I had to like do it at like 2 a.m. or something because I was doing Australian time, and because like he couldn't leave his apartment But like, I guess there were certain times, I don't know what the rules were or something. He was like, listen, this is the only time I really have availability to do this because I have to work here and try and go buy food or whatever somehow.
Yeah, because
So,
they had like staggered hours and stuff for that kind of thing.
yeah, that's craziness. But well, I'm glad
It
you had a
worked.
good time. You didn't see anything scary, and this is like the horror movies galore come from this place.
I know. Well, I asked specifically, like, are there any haunted attractions? Like, I know it's not the right time of year, but maybe, just maybe, if I call them and be like, hi, I'm visiting from the States and I'm like a huge haunted attraction nerd, could I come do a walkthrough? Just like casually daytime, like, you don't have to do anything. And they're like, I don't really know of any like haunts. I didn't actually search for it while I was there. I ended up being just too busy to try to add that to the schedule, but like, yeah, apparently they don't really do like haunted attractions ever. And if they do, it's more like haunted house for kids and not like the way we do it. So,
Yeah, I don't think that culture is the same there because they just have to go on an outback tour.
I don't think it's that bad.
Do you really want to make a house that's scary when the only thing these people have sometimes is a house to hide from everything that's attacking?
I mean, they get in the house.
I know.
Like, there's many stories of snakes going up through the pipes. Which came up like 3 times. Like 3 people told me about that. Like completely unrelated to each other.
I'm never going to Australia. I'm never going.
I'm telling you, man, you're missing out. The
I'm
sky is bluer. Like, I don't know how that's possible, but the sky is bluer.
It's less pollution. It's cleaner over there. We're messy here.
We're messy. Yeah.
We do whatever. Americans.
When I got back,
we're messy.
So again, it took me 24 hours in the air to get there. I did not exist on planet Earth on August 31st. I was not on the planet for the entire day because of the time difference. I boarded the plane on the 30th and I got off the plane on the 1st. I was in the air over the ocean the entire day of the 31st. Anyway, side note. Anyway, when I got back, I landed.
How long was the trip though? How long is the actual trip? Like in your
flew
Langolier time?
I think like total flight time was about 21 hours. But obviously that doesn't count like getting your bags and going through security and doing all that stuff. Like it was a good day plus of actually like being at airports and shit.
Destiny, I'm literally making a list of family members I'm willing to drive back to New Jersey for their It's
funeral. A terrible drive, to be fair. How much 95 do you have to do?
I don't have to do any 95. I do 81.
If it's it's too much. It's too much.
That's true.
Not worth
that
it.
Is true. As soon as I can move away from 95, I did. But I'm actually like, I think I can get away with not going to this person's funeral. Like that's where I'm at in my life.
I mean, they won't know, right?
Exactly. Minimize the driving. And now I'm
take a train.
I'm not going to Australia.
No, take a train to Jersey. It's super fun.
I'm more likely to go to Australia.
Trains are great though. Anyway, so I flew back, right? I landed in San Francisco 2 hours before I left Australia, which was just kind of a mind fuck. But then I immediately got a spicy burrito because I was starving and I hadn't eaten, and it was sweet. Everything I ate for the week after I got back was sweet. And I was like putting hot sauce on things trying to make it not sweet. That's how much sugar is in our food normally. Is that like 2 weeks without that added sugar made me realize how sweet everything is. And it's only just starting to fade like right now. Like I had French fries today and they weren't sweet. So that was good, I think. Yeah. It's probably not good, but
your
like
palate has somehow rectified itself to a point where
it's working its way back. It's so weird though. And I mentioned that to my mom, who's like really big into nutrition and like, you know, the ingredients in food and stuff. And she was like, yeah, that's because we use corn syrup for everything. And we feed it to our animals. Corn, which is sweet, which is sugar. So like even meat has like a taste to it.
Yeah. That's a great point. I never really thought about it. And
which makes you think about cannibals, right? True. Because then it's a delicacy to eat like an Australian person versus an American person. We're the fast food of people. Meat.
That's why nobody wants us. Like everybody kind of wants us, but nobody wants us.
That was a very off the cuff like comment, the whole cannibalism thing, but it's also very correct. So, if anybody's a cannibal in the audience, go ahead and let us know if that's true.
David Montana was.
That's what he meant. He's like, you're full of yourself.
No, I'm full of you.
Ah!
So, talking about Australia, talking about horror and stuff like that. Every time you watch a horror movie from Australia, it's either like animals or a crazy deranged killer, in my opinion, or just
Okay.
deranged people. But
Honestly,
there's
their news was like not scary at all. It was so weird to like watch the news, like the normal TV news, and not be like, oh, murder, shooting, horrible things. It was very weird. It was very weird. It was like surreal. I didn't realize how deadened I was to that.
yeah,
So
I know,
that's
right?
cool.
When you go to a country that banned guns, and like I'm not even making a political statement of banning guns or anything. I'm just saying when you go to a country that has banned guns, it's got to be a wild ride because there is no news about shootings.
They don't ban them completely. Like you can get one, but
You
like
can get shotguns.
it's like less common. It's a lot less common.
Yeah, but
Especially in a city where I was at, so.
From what I read, you can get farmers can have guns, but it's certain types. And I think you can get pistols and guns, but you have like it's stringent. It's like very hard. It's not an easy thing to get. Like not everyone can just go get one. And it makes sense, you know. They had one, and I'm not laughing at the shooting. I'm laughing because they had one. Jesus. They had one, and it was just done. They're like, no more playing for you. You guys are done. We're just gonna take this.
Go to timeout. Go.
Yeah. Us, it's like let's make them bigger. Let's blow it up. I know it's sad, but it's horrific, and we're a horror show,
right?
So
real life is the scariest thing of all.
If you went over there and actual Australian horror stories were happening, which do you think you'd survive?
All of them.
Bullshit.
All of them.
Even not like that guy.
You're never gonna get me to admit that I would not survive any horror movie or story.
No, I'll talk you into it.
You're just wasting your time.
Why? It's fun to think about, like, how would I get? Because I'm not going to survive. There's no flight in me. I don't run. So, like, you're either killing me. I'm all fight. I'm going to have to be. Okay. I'm going to have to be. I got no knees. I can't run. So I'm just going to wait. I'm going to die, though. That's the thing. You're not getting it. I know I'm going to die.
See, I am very good in a crisis and very practical and kind of inventive. So I'm pretty sure I can figure my way out of most situations. So
I
have before. Weirdly.
Yeah, an American horror movie, I think you could be. But I don't think you can.
What? Because we're all stupid and we're like, oh no, it's dark. There's literally a light switch on the wall behind us and we don't click it.
No, because look at
That's
Lights Out.
Every movie.
Look at Lights Out. What if that was happening too? Then the light switch wouldn't do anything for you.
Was it Ethan Hawke? It was an Ethan Hawke movie. Was it one of the Sinister movies? Maybe. Literally every scene that he's in where he's like, oh no, scary. There's a light switch like right behind him. And there's lights on in the other room. So clearly the power is on. But he never turns a light on at all. The entire movie. It irked me so much. There was like a creepy shape following him. You can't have a creepy shadow shape if there's lights on. That's why they didn't do it.
What if you turn it on and it's no longer a creepy shadow shape? Now you got.
And now you have a real problem to deal with, and that's easier.
I don't deal with real problems. I let them go and let other people take care.
Shadow problems. Okay, that's fine.
Shadow problems. You stay in the shadows.
Anyway.
Listen. All I know is I don't think so. Australian horror is different. It's just different. We don't survive it.
Well, Angie and I are currently working our way through watching horror movies chronologically, like from the beginning of the genre.
Ever?
She's in the 1930s. Yes, she's in the 1930s.
Wait.
I'm catching up to her, so I'm only in the first couple.
You can't start that. You can't start that way.
We're gonna.
That is a huge undertaking.
We know.
I want to elaborate on it. You can't just like.
I saw the list. I am very aware. But we're gonna do it.
What does Angie do? I know she's an active person. I see pictures on her Instagram. And I talk to her. So, like, I know she's active. How is she in the 1930s already?
To
When
be
did you
fair,
start this?
she started at the beginning of the year, but to be fair, there
Oh, thank
isn't
God.
actually that many before the night. Like, it didn't really start picking up till the 40s.
True.
So
True.
like
All
it's
right.
it's
Cool.
kind of a trickle, and then we get to the 80s and it's a flood. So like
Yeah, that's going to
the
be tough.
70s and 80s is going to
Why
be a
are
lot,
you?
but
There's nothing you're going to cut out?
I might skip a couple, or if I like, or click through something that's really old and just like I've already seen it, I might just refresh my
Mm.
memory. But I want to look at it to see how hey, this is our topic, how the practical effects change to CGI over the years.
Oh, terribly.
I brought it back around.
That was perfect.
Back around.
That was
I know.
really good. I
This is
like that
good.
segue a lot.
Segue
No. Like, so
to
okay,
the topic that we spent 30 minutes ignoring.
that's true. And we're going to spend 5 minutes on. No.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Chris wants to know if we're going to spill any tea about CF24. CFF24. Yes, actually, I do have an announcement. That's cool.
Okay, go ahead.
It's the 5-year anniversary.
We're doing 5 years. 5 years of fear. Yay!
What's up, Jason?
Hi,
And
Jason.
if that wasn't enthusiastic enough, what's up, Jason? Do you like my hand?
Ugh.
You didn't comment
It's
on my
creepy
handlebar?
now.
Look at
It was
that.
cute when I said it, but it was creepy when you said it.
I like my handlebar, so shut up.
Oh, the mustache? No, it's good.
I'm working on it. I want to get it really curly. Chris says you ain't even fun. All right. So Wes Craven.
All right. Don't you dare say that.
Why? He's
Don't.
dead.
Don't. I know, but you're gonna get somebody's hopes up, and then they're gonna Google it and be like, "Oh."
Oh no, bullshit. If I said that and somebody gets their hopes up and I'm talking about a dead person, that's on you. All right.
That's fair.
Like if I said an alive person, that'd be messed up.
That would be messed up. Don't do that. I'll be there, but I'm dead, so it's fine. We have no guest announcement yet. We have contracts out. We have our list closed. Like,
We're not telling. It has to be a surprise, Chris.
I can't. If I tell you that we're trying to get somebody and then we can't get them, you'll be sad. So I'm just not going to tell you. We do have plans for another after party. We're trying to bring some new like cool game stuff into it. The venue is booked. The dates are set. 24th through 26th, I believe. I'm apparently really bad at writing the dates for Carolina Fear Fest for some reason, even though it's the most important thing that happens to me all year. 24th through 26th.
Weekend in May.
The Memorial Day weekend in May, which is usually
so
it is the last weekend by default.
Are you starting on Thursday again, or are you doing an all day Friday? Or are you doing
Friday? Will be weekend pass holders and VIPs, and we're actually dropping the winner of our giveaway for a weekend pass tomorrow. So that's pretty cool.
You couldn't do it today on the podcast, the official podcast of Carolina.
I mean, I could, but their username is a random string of like numbers, and chances are they're not watching, so you'll see it tomorrow. It's not exciting.
You are right, though. It's the 24th, 25th, 26th.
Yes. So yeah, that's it. That's all I got for you. We changed the layout. That's pretty cool. We're gonna change the layout a little bit. That's
oh, fun. Really?
We're trying to find new ways to bring the haunted attractions in. We're brainstorming on that. And we're gonna be repping the con at Fayetteville Comic-Con 2 weekends from now.
Nice.
And then also at Oak City, I believe. NC Comic-Con in Durham. So we've got those 2 events coming up. We're probably going to do some fun stuff, maybe do another giveaway. We've had this game idea to predict your own death using dice rolls for a while. So like maybe we'll get that out. We played Monster Mash last year at Fayetteville Comic-Con, which was fun, but like it got very tedious for us because like, oh, you got that again. Cool. Like we got a little bored, but everybody else seemed to really like it. So that was cool. So maybe we'll come up with another game.
What about some of the games from the party?
But then we have to have prizes.
No, you don't.
I guess we don't have to have prizes.
They just play games. Maybe they can get like a waiver, or not a waiver, a discount card or something. I like Fayetteville.
Think about it.
I don't know. It's just up to you guys. Like because you were talking about.
I would love to do special effects makeup demos because I really enjoy being able to do it in like a well-lit, bright environment because usually I'm doing it at a haunted attraction, which is dark and terrible. And there's 20 million people running around and you're like doing this to somebody's face with a sharp implement, and it's just a lot. So it's more fun to do it at a convention where you can take your time and like, I know I'm going to get good pictures of this after, and like I can really like, people ask you questions about what you're doing. It's fun.
Why
But
don't
I
you
don't know
bring-
if we're going to do that either, so we'll see.
You should bring Angie and do it to her.
But she'll probably be there anyway. She
Yeah.
she helps us at events and stuff. She was with me at Haunted Screams.
I want to come down. I want to do events. I don't get a chance to do anything. I can't do anything in October because it's our anniversary. Are you going to be on the 300th episode? Actually,
I
you're
don't know when that is, but I am scheduled with you in October at some point.
Yeah,
Like,
you're gonna
like I filled out your little form and everything.
I forget what day you are, but yeah, you're gonna be on there. And plus, we'll
I
have
wrote
Hark.
it. It's on my calendar. I put it in.
I
The
did.
24th.
That's right, because I think we're doing horror conversations that week. So I know we're always talking about schedules and stuff, but that's really what this is: conventions, things like that. You got to get scheduled. You got to think about those things, people. You really
My
have
whole
to
life
think-
is scheduled.
I
I don't
know.
have a free weekend until my birthday, and my birthday's in December.
Dude. I'm purposely taking a week off in November. Too much
I took
hard.
2 weeks off in Australia, and by that I mean I worked from my laptop remoting into my home PC
I love it.
while I was there.
So smart. All right. Practical versus CGI effects. I'm glad you're rewatching everything. And I want to talk about it from that angle and what you were saying. It's going to take forever. You're not going to get to a CGI effect till the 50s.
Oh no, yeah, no, it's gonna be a while. I would really like to, though, maybe once I do get to that point, to play a game with you. Like maybe I don't know if it really fits into any of our brand, but it'd be really fun if we showed clips of like effects, practical effects, not CGI effects, and had people try to guess how they were done. Like I would guess, I'd be like, all right, so they probably used a tube and they pumped the fake blood through the tube and blah 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 to try to figure out how the effects in the movie were created and then look it up and see if we were right. I think that'd be really fun. But I'm
Do
a
you know-
nerd for this, so
Have you seen Night of the Demons?
I don't know.
Night of the where Angela's Party has Leanna Quigley in it?
No. No.
Really? Because there's
No.
a very cool lipstick effect where she's topless and she's like drawing
She
on
put it
herself
in her cleavage and like
it's like a weird
can't do
effect
it.
where she takes it and like they made a fake plate of her breasts and there's like an opening by like the areola, as I like to say, and then she
that is
pushes
something you
her
say
lips
often. So
all the time. Like areola is probably the one word I focus on most. But she pushes like the lipstick like container into her breast, and it's like it's cool how they did it. It's a cool effect, and I get why they're going for it because like she's like going crazy, and then but you should check that out, that because I would love
Okay.
to hear what you think about that, especially considering it's not face, and most times when we talk about effects, face has something to do with it. Not always, of course, but
Yeah.
sometimes. What
I remember we had her at the con the first year. And she was lovely. I remember talking to her about stuff, but like I wish I had known about that effect specifically to ask her about it when I met her.
that would be
back
really
then.
cool.
5 years ago now.
Well, yeah, oh my god, yeah, that was the first year. It was
Mhm.
2019, right?
Mhm.
Jesus, I can't believe it's 5 years already. That's so
We
crazy.
went from that first year to like, hi, I've seen some of your movies. Can you like sit over here and take a picture? To I ran into Dee Wallace this year in a half zip dress, in tennis shoes, holding heels, and eating a microwave meal with a stolen fork, with horns on my head and fake blood in my arms, and like, what's up? It's funny how things have changed in 5 years. Dee Wallace was very sweet. She was like, your life is busy. And I'm like, yeah, it's good.
She was funny. She was a
I
trip.
was on the way to the after party and I was like starving. So I was like eating in the elevator
Wait,
with
which
my
after
horns
party?
on. The one you left early this year.
I didn't leave. Was that the after party? I thought that was just the party. I
It
thought
was
the
just
after
the party. It was after the con, but it was,
That's fair. No,
cocktails and cadavers.
sorry. That I was massively sick.
Mhm.
And I blame the food poisoning that happens when I went to, I don't know. I was going to try and think of some really lame place.
It's because you ain't another American, isn't it?
It's just a sweet and salty
That's
American.
what you get.
Our cannibalism isn't even done right. Oh my god.
But anyway, I wish I'd been able to ask Linnea about that. I did actually talk to Derek Mears, who was Swamp Thing in the TV show. I asked him about the makeup appliances for that, and it was like 7 separate pieces that were installed one at a time, and then like a full head piece, like a face piece and a head piece that like overlapped enough that like, you know, he could move without it showing his skin underneath. He talked a lot about it, actually. He was very, very talkative, very, very full of information, which I really love.
I wish we had him for a panel then when he was here this past year, because like that would have been really cool to talk about.
Yeah, it probably would have. So another fun thing about Fear Fest is our panels have become very well attended. A lot of them are like packed. Like we've actually had ones with people standing in the back. I know, it's amazing. We're actually adding a 3rd panel room this year. Oh, we're also bringing back the Film Fest. So like we're going to need the one with the screen for like a couple of film showings. So we're adding another panel room. Hi. What's up?
Thanks for joining in.
You sent me a TikTok video that I haven't watched yet. I mark all as red.
Nobody watches TikTok, but no woman watches TikTok videos unless she's sharing them.
That is a very broad generalization. I watched one today with a kitty, so you're wrong.
It's funny because did you find it or did somebody send it to you?
No, somebody sent it to me.
All right. Well, listen.
And it went meow, and it was very cute.
My science may be flawed, but it's not my fault.
Your science is flawed.
I base everything off of my wife. So when my wife doesn't do something, I'm like, women. Right?
That's wrong. That's incorrect. Chances are she was busy helping to raise your children, which is very important. And run your life.
Raising.
Okay, sure. You did all of it single-handedly, for sure.
She would punch me in the eye.
And I'm pretty sure that if you liked it enough, you would mention it to her, and then she's like, "Oh, I need to go watch that because now I have a second to do it because you're here to do stuff."
Well, I'm gonna have another guinea pig to do this to when I send them to you, so you learn about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce.
Ugh, I don't care.
I know, but you're
My
gonna
life is already so busy and complicated. I don't need to deal with her problems too.
What problems?
I know. She's rich. She's fine. She's
giant
just fine.
Super Bowl winning football player wants
She's
to be
good.
with them. She's fine. You know who you get, Destiny? Guys at our convention, because that's your world, not Chiefs. You're getting better. You're getting hard.
I don't understand this. Like what
you said, like I don't want to have to deal with her problems. I'm like, you don't have problems. You get her, guys. Not
those are problems. No, I'm just kidding. That might be the biggest kind of problems when it comes to men. No, I'm just kidding.
I love it.
Honestly, that best thing about working for Fear Fest is like meeting all of these very interesting people that just suddenly become like part of your sphere of people.
Yeah.
And like as Angie and I talk about making movies, we're like, okay, we really want like a creature. And then we're like, we know that guy from that thing that wears that outfit. I bet you he would do it. Like we need a place to film this. Oh, the guy that had the venue from that thing from the haunt that one year, like he can totally let us use his place. Like we have like a list of venues that we've actually had like verbal confirmations we're allowed to film there if we like touch base and schedule it right. Including a really creepy basement full of subway tunnels. That's on my list.
Very cool. I want to be in this movie.
Okay, but you're going to die.
I'm going to play Rick Daring, the sheriff who gets killed in the last frame. And you think he's heroic the whole time, but the sheriff never actually shows up until the last frame.
All right.
No, I'm kidding.
I'll have Angie write that in. No, just kidding.
Cop randomly shows up, gets killed.
But you know, that means that I have to come up with some really good practical special effects because I'm too cheap for CGI and I don't want to use AI because it feels weird. So
but going back to the conversation is
exactly
AI
another segue.
Like well, the CGI looks cheap though. Like
yeah, it's faker than the practical effect.
But I don't know what it is about horror movies, but like you can watch a Jurassic Park and then it looks
It still
amazing.
looks fake. It's a fake dinosaur.
For all dinosaurs are fake. I know that. I'm not talking about like the first Jurassic Park.
Technically, they were real at one point.
They were real. I left a date one time because she said she didn't believe in dinosaurs.
Oh my God, that's smart. You dodged a bullet there.
I just walked
You
right
dodged
out.
an asteroid, actually. But no, I agree. The first Jurassic Park movie, like the effects in that were more believable because it was an animatronic, so it had physical movement. It took up space. That was more believable than the new ones. To me, I just see like the stock footage I have that somebody made on their computer, like, and put it up for free of a dinosaur like running across the screen. That's all I see. It's like a green screen background, and it's free to download with like no licensing, and you just like have it, and it's just like a little dinosaur.
I like it.
That's all I see. It's just a lot more steps because they do it professionally.
Snorlax Mix. Your first movie's gonna be Snorlax Mick fights a dinosaur.
It's just like honestly, some of my favorite videos that we get for our film fest are the ones with really cheesy practical special effects. I don't remember what this one was called. It was submitted our very first year. We had a full film fest that year, and then we canceled it after COVID stuff happened. But it was like, oh no, they're coming for us. And then somebody like takes like off screen, takes a bucket of blood and just like, and it just like hits them from here, but they're looking up here. So like, they're just like, but they're like reacting the wrong direction to where the monster is.
Can you make,
I love it so much.
can you make a promo video? I'll have to come down for this one. But like, can you make a It'd be funny. It would be funny as an in-joke, but like Stephanie would go crazy.
She would be so mad.
She would be so, and I don't blame her. I don't want, like, it's funny.
It's so funny,
I want
though.
fake blood. Throw fake
all
blood
the
on
fake
me,
organs, like the innards that they put, they always look like SpaghettiOs to me, or like spaghetti with meatballs. You know, Chef Boyardee.
No, but like you should do a promo. You should do a promo of like different scenes from horror movies, you know, that are maybe tie into 5 or something like that, or maybe from like 5 movies that were like the 5th or something like that, and take and then just torture me by making me relive those scenes
with like really shitty practical special effects.
You know.
Oh God, that immediately takes me to Freddy. Hold on.
Wait, Freddy 5? Which one? Which death?
I need to make sure that that's the right movie.
Well, which death? I can tell you exactly which one. Dead air.
I'm looking it up.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm not saying a word because it's. I actually am. I'm going to commentate you looking it up. So Destiny is going to the website, whichever website she decides to go to. We're not really sure. I bet you that she's Googling which Freddy Krueger movie and whatever death scene she will not tell me. And I could just say, because this woman is so stubborn that she refuses to let me be right.
Okay, I was just making sure I had the movie right. It was the TV scene. I was making sure I had the franchise right. I'm going to be honest with you.
Scene?
Yeah. But no, with the blonde lady.
Which scene?
See? You don't even fucking know. I don't know. I can't remember if it's like my memory is wrong or it's...
Because the only TV scenes I can think of is the one from 6, which is Freddy's Dead, and it's Breckin Meyer. He has long blonde hair and a ponytail.
Jennifer Penelope Sudrow. That's the one who dies in the scene. Penelope. Jennifer, and the actress is Penelope Sudrow.
Penelope. Wait, from 3. Oh yeah, all right.
Yeah, okay, so I was picturing that. But we do like an old school TV and we put the Scene Snobs thing playing on it, but it's like all crackly and statically, and then we just like drop it on your head and see what happens.
Yeah, that works.
It's practical and cheap.
It'd be even funnier if like I'm holding an actual TV when you do it, and like then it just a quick cut to like a cardboard that just looks like a TV.
We just break it on your face, but it's just cardboard. That's hilarious. But realistically, I could film you holding a TV in front of your face, take the TV out of your hands and film you going through a piece of plastic that's already like cut so that it looks like the screen is breaking, and then I could add the static into the background to green screen that. I could make it work. I could edit that together, no problem.
You got the crew. Yeah, he's got
Prime
the crew.
time. There we go. We got it. We figured it out.
Prime time, bitch. That's what he says. Yeah, it's a famous line.
I know. But that idea is the primetime idea. I like your cardboard one better, though.
I thought you meant the TV scene where Johnny Depp returns in the 6th one and he gets hit with the frying pan because he does the drugs PSA. He goes,
no, okay. The reason this one comes to mind is because the flash of light hides what's actually happening. And you can clearly see that that is not a real actress. It's like a mannequin that he's like pulling in. So like it just looks super, super fake. And like I'm pretty sure there's no actual TV screen there. Like it's just like there's a screen and then there's the TV box and then there's a hole. Because the screen's still playing when her head's in it. So like it doesn't make any sense that like I don't know. That just always stuck to me.
Those scenes like that though, practical wise, do you think they work so well because we like that they register as real? Like this was something they really had to set up,
or is it? Do we register it that it was real work to make it look like that, or do we register it that we know it's fake, but we want to know how they did it, and we either try to figure it out like me, or we just like relish in the mystery of not knowing?
Yeah, that's
3 options actually.
That is 3 options. You're not wrong.
I'm definitely the figure it out type of person. I'm definitely like, well, pause it. I'm pretty sure if I did this and got that and tried this, I could make that work. And with a little editing and the flash of light and the sparkle or sparks going in the background, it'll look good enough. You know, it'll look believable to the audience.
That's true. Well, you know that. Listen, I love what do you call it? I love practical effects. And I love makeup effects in general, you know, from all aspects, not just horror and such. So, but I am not good at it. I've never been. So like it astounds me when people are like doing this stuff.
One of my favorite looks that I ever did, and this was another like at a con doing a makeup demo situation. It wasn't actually for a haunt night because I had very set makeups when I worked at the haunted attractions. I did this like giant blister bubble on the side of my model's face, and I left it hollow. I left a pocket at the top so that I could, first of all, you could touch it and see it like kind of like wobble above the skin. But I took a syringe, like a plastic one, and like filled it full of blood just to see if I could get it to like pop or like spurt at some way. And unfortunately, he'd been talking. He was obviously there to do a job, and I was just like messing around. But it ended up leaking out the bottom. So like I couldn't get it to spurt out the top. But I'm pretty sure given a second go, I could make that happen.
Oh yeah, I have no doubt. I can see it in your head. You already got the wheels turning on how to make it work.
Yeah.
That's going to happen. I'm going to see like a video of you doing it to Angie in the next week.
I'm going to have to buy stock in in a company that makes vinyl tubing. I feel like that's a wise decision because I'm going to be using a lot of it.
Hey, do you have any collodion?
I do.
Wait, can you send me links to where to buy some? I wanted to get some, but I can't find it anywhere.
I think mine's from Maron.
You want to know? You want to know why I can't find it?
Why?
I have used collodion quite a bit, on different projects I've worked on. I don't know how to spell it. And how do you look up a word if you don't know how to spell it?
No, I have Krylon. Kryolan. That's right.
The stuff that you put on, and it sinks the skin in to make scars. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I actually had I was at a vampire LARP not too long ago, and one of the characters did a bunch of like the scarring from it, but they just did like, you know, lipstick, and they put the collodion. Now you got me messed up. Collodion. Yeah. They put it on top of the lipstick, so it just like peeled off. So side note, when you do it, put the paint on top of it, not under it.
Well, I'm not going to put paint. I am going to put paint. That's not true, but I will put it under it. But what I want to do is for my costume next year, and I'll use it for other stuff too, for other effects. I want to put 2 scars for my character, for my host character, under here, and I want to paint them in black lines, and then put little fleur de lis on under them.
Oh, That's kind of interesting. This is
But
for
I
an
want
OC?
I want it to look like scars.
Well, yeah, that's what this is for.
Well, that's why I don't want to just draw like a black line. I want to actually, I
Right,
want
right,
it
right.
yeah. So that would be kind of cool to do.
So
Steve
that's the
says-
one that I have.
Mhm.
I just sent it to you on Discord. And then
Okay.
this one is Maron, so it's a little bit cheaper and it's a smaller bottle.
Okay, cool.
And I've used the Maron one as well. I like the I think I like the Krylon one better.
Well, my
It seems
problem was
thicker.
I don't know where to go around here to buy this stuff because when I
If you're
lived in
lucky,
Florida,
Spirit, but I doubt it. So Amazon.
no, I've never found collodion at Spirit. I've
Yeah, I
looked, like
doubted it.
I've looked, but I've gone into actual like special effects shops. But in Florida, they always had them, and all I had to say was like, "Hey, I need a bottle of collodion, or a kit or something," and they would give it to me. Well, they'd sell it to me.
I didn't even know they were special effects shops. I've never even heard of that. I always just buy everything online and like, groups, bulk.
Okay. In fairness to me, I'm old. I've been working in this industry too long to the point where, yes, the internet may have existed,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot of older people than, even like guys in their 20s and 30s didn't think to go look online. They wanted to go and actually physically pick it up.
I felt
don't think
extremely
so
old
anymore.
today, actually. I
Mhm.
went to buy jeans and I was at like a department store and their junior section, like teenage section, had jeans that actually said on the label mom jeans. Like they actually called the cut of jeans mom jeans. And I was like, we made fun of people for wearing those. Like,
I know.
what
I
is
mean,
today?
it is so weird that like we've just had to like call it the things that we make fun of it about. Like, and that's
I
so
know it became like the name for it to the point where now they're marketing it that way. But they're really just like relaxed fit. They were relaxed fit jeans then, right?
Yeah.
Like that's what they were called when you bought them in the store. But only moms bought them, so we called them mom jeans. Oh, it's so weird.
It is weird. I want
And
to talk to
everything just came
Steven's
back.
point. Some practicals such as the Thing, RoboCop, Creepshow still hold up today.
The Thing, absolutely. That
The
was so
Thing, I
impressive
still,
to me.
the Thing, in my opinion, still is
Get it again.
is probably the best special effects movie. I'm not saying the best movie of all time or anything like that. And like there are tons of maybe better designs of things in other movies. But special effect, practical effects, and even it's better than anything CGI.
Yeah. Yeah, it absolutely is.
I agree with you on that, Steven. CGI is hit or miss. Look at 2011, The Thing.
We don't talk about that.
We don't talk about Bruno. Is that it?
I just found a sketch of the Thing monster. I hope it says 81 on it, so I'm thinking it's from the original.
It has to be then. Well,
But yeah.
you should watch the
I don't know if it's like somebody that worked on the movie or like a fan art thing,
sure.
like concept. I don't know. It's pretty
I'm
cool,
gonna find it on YouTube, but there is a behind the scenes like featurette on the Thing 2011 because the entire movie, and they put it out because the directors had an entire different movie planned, and it was all practical effects. And when you look at and they show you the effects, you're like, this would have been amazing.
Yeah.
And they put it out to say like, we didn't want to do the CGI. That wasn't us. That was the studio wanted to do that. And they forced it. So it's just so sad.
I feel like it's cheaper to do the practical effects at this point.
Like, I don't know anymore. I think CGI is cheaper.
I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question.
Well, let's think about it because special effects is very practical. Special effects artists are very specialized. Yeah,
it's definitely a specialized job. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people, but it also calls for a big team of people in most bigger
Not necessarily. I mean, I guess it depends on the project. Yeah, a bigger project like the Thing 2011 probably would have needed a bigger group.
Even an indie
team.
project who maybe can squeak out paying 2 special effects artists. Any special effects artist that does that knows that they need more. So
all right, well, for the record,
if
there's any like filmmakers watching that need a practical special effects artist, I work with trash and I'm very cheap and I'm very good and I'm very creative. So
I'll put you in touch with people. I just don't know that you'll get.
I'm-
I don't know that you'll get paid.
I mean, it might be worth it for me after haunt season is over to not get paid and do it for the fun and do it for the enjoyment of it. But ultimately, like honestly, I don't know. I feel like having a couple of people that are paid well and given a budget to do the things they want to do are the things you've agreed upon, I guess. With practical effects is I don't know. It's probably more risky as the producers point of view, you know, because they don't know what they're
Right.
going to get until it's done. And if it doesn't work, then you got to either pay to fix it or start over, right?
Mhm.
Whereas CGI is just a file that you can be like, tweak that, make it greener. Like it's the slider, you know, it's easy. I don't know. It's an interesting thought. I'd love to see budgets, like find two movies and like compare their budgets for that.
I can find budgets. I know where to get them.
That'd be interesting.
You tell me two movies you want to check out, I'll get them for you. I would like to see that too, so I'll look at them too. So
Well, just if we can think of any movies where there's about the same amount of effects,
yeah,
one is practical and one is CGI, and just kind of like see how much screen time is used on it, like, you know, see how much money they spent one for the versus the other.
you know that was my favorite thing to do as a filmmaker.
Budgets.
Yeah,
Good. You're gonna help with mine. Because guess what? It's none. It's none. It's $0.
Because my favorite
I'm gonna make
job
it work.
being a producer was tough. If I ever do it again, it's gonna be indie based. It's tough because there's a lot that goes into it. Being an associate producer is still tough. There's still so much shit.
Life is hard when you're a gem. I get it.
Being a UPM is exhausting and tiring and everything else, but I loved being a production manager.
So what about like finding funding for movies? Like,
I mean,
is that kind of your niche, or is it more just like budgeting the funding they already have?
my niche was so here's the thing. I never really had to secure funding unless it was my projects.
Right.
And because I was producing most of the time, it wasn't that bad. Like, you can do it. Like, it's like anything. Today's world, it's easier and harder. And we can do a whole episode on that. But
I don't think that would interest anybody but me.
no, I bet that would definitely interest a lot of people. Like, because it's really depends on the filmmakers and how much they're willing to put out there. Like, I talk about, like, you know, like the Dave Kerrs and you know, other, like, Peter Anthony's doing the same thing sort of, and like other indie filmmakers, horror filmmakers.
What's Dave's company or like handle called?
Slasher 15.
Oh, okay. It is Slasher 15. They did was it Finley? Was Finley the movie they submitted for our first film fest? No. That was
Bloody Summer Camp.
Bloody Summer Camp. That was right. Okay.
They premiered at your fest.
Oh, that was fun. Yeah, that was fun.
And then they were going to do Go Away last year, but it wasn't ready yet.
That's
and
right.
Then
they had an audio issue, right?
Yeah,
something. They had to like tweak it. Yeah. Bummer.
And now he just made $60,000 on his third film.
Nice.
The only thing I will
That's
tell
awesome.
any filmmaker, and that was all Indiegogo.
Mhm.
But honestly, it was like how involved they could get, like the things they're willing to do and put up and stuff. So it's not hard. It's to figure out. Your first movie is, really, that's the biggest problem with indie filmmakers, especially in the horror world. I feel like a lot of it's like, let's just grab it and go and do this. But like, horror movies need to be planned.
Very much. Yes.
You know, it like drives me nuts when people like,
especially practical effects.
Yeah.
I would say more than CGI.
People just think they'll sprinkle blood sometimes on somebody. It's like, oh, that looks good. And it's like,
me on haunt night getting my own makeup done because everybody else is already done. All right, hit me. Like, there were actively times where I was crouching on the ground and people were just dumping whatever was left on me because there was no time for anything else.
If you want to see the person who did all of the makeup in a movie or on a haunt like that, it's the person who has all the makeup on, but none of it is in the places it's supposed to be. Love that.
This is fake blood from putting fake blood up at the new haunt that I'm doing set design at, and this is testing makeup swatches today when I was shopping.
I love that. Oh man. Oh wait. Let's see. Yeah, but experimenting would be awesome. True. Trash effects. He likes that one. That's what you should call the company. Trash effects.
Actually, that's not bad. My special effects company is actually Final Word, but it's spelled WYRD because word means weird or destiny in Old English, and my name is Destiny, so Final Destiny, Final Destination, Final Word, Final, it works. It's a little bit vaguely like runic, fun.
No, I
little
get
thing.
it. It's a thinker, but it's good.
Yeah. I like a little bit of a thinker.
Yeah,
The
you
roof of
should.
what? The roof of the con building? Because the answer is way
how
too
much-
much.
Roof. Probably a lot. Way too much. You're right. Bloody Summer Camp was awesome. Yeah, I like Bloody Summer Camp.
Also, I didn't.
Oh,
Go ahead. No,
No,
this
you
is
go.
completely unrelated. So go ahead.
Exactly. Everything's unrelated. We're kind of winding down at this point.
So the green lights I put on because they were like toning my lighting on my camera better. But
Mhm.
there's this really fun setting on my lights so that the louder I talk, the brighter they get. So now I can and it shakes.
I want that.
Great.
Oh, you got to
They're
show
like
me the lights.
they're up under the edge of my desk. Like they're
Why
like
do you
right
have
here.
to live in North Carolina? I need you to do my set design.
Your background looks great. The new gallery, like I feel like you've added or changed your angle or something.
I was more towards the corner, but since the circuit box was there, I had the Doctor Who picture over it.
Oh no.
Fire. Thankfully, the picture's fine.
Picture's fine.
The house is fun. The picture's fun.
That's all that matters. Is that the picture's fine.
We haven't had a chance to put like drywall back up where it was, so it looks stupid. And
Yeah.
I
I like
can't-
this angle though. It looks good.
Yeah, Mary did
Like
this
more
one.
nerd shit.
Yeah, she liked putting it's very reminiscent of Casey. You know, my old partner on the Scene Snobs podcast.
I don't remember ever seeing him. Like, I don't remember seeing him on his normal setup, but we had meetings where he was like at work or whatever. So I don't remember what his like filming setup looked like. This
he collects artwork.
This is a book page wall that I made. And these are some of my graphic design projects that are kind of like scattered. That's the Carolina Fear Fest program that I get signed by all the celebs every year. So there's 3 of those there. And then there's some other Fear Fest stuff. Yeah.
This will be my 4th year at Fear Fest, and I've never gotten an autograph from there.
From me?
From anyone.
Did you say from me? Oh, okay.
I've never gotten an autograph. I don't get autographs.
Oh well, you should.
I don't.
Especially on I do the program because I design the program, so I spend a lot of time.
I buy stuff. Like I'll buy stuff and I'll go up and I'll support them and stuff like that. But I don't.
Oh look, it's right here.
I just don't get autographs for anything.
Final word. Special effects.
In fact, when CJ Graham was there, I made you go get the autographs because I'm like, I don't know how to ask.
I just got another autograph from him from Haunted Screams because he was like, "Oh yeah, give me a call if you need anything because I want to come back to Fear Fest." And I'm like, "Oh, cool, okay."
He loves it, man, and
I don't know why I have this now, but
those are the type of celebrities who like handle their business.
Yeah,
he knows when.
Well,
to
I'm
be
pretty
there.
sure we went through his agent to book him.
That's all. Well, no, but I mean, like when he's there, like some celebrities, and I'm not even saying this happened at your festival, but like you've seen it at other festivals, I'm sure. Like they're not like they need everybody to do the things for them. Lay everything out, and just like get everything for them, make sure guide them around.
Yeah, and then there's also the ones that don't do any of the things that you tell them that they said they were going to do, and you give them an itinerary, and they're like, "What do you mean I have a photo op?" And you're like, "It's on your itinerary that you've had for 2 days, 2 months, 2 months."
Did I tell you I'm making up signs for next year?
For at your booth?
For the interviews. Because we had the letter last year, but nobody came.
Also, you need to actually make signs for your booth that say like live recording. Because remember, like multiple years in a row, you've had me just write them or like just be like, "Do you have anything I can use?" And I just like, "Here, use this. This is some random thing I had printed already."
Here's the deal. So like when I'm there, when I'm at CFF, I am immediately from the moment I pull in, all right, what do I have to do for CFF mode? Right. So like booth wise, I don't even think about it.
Well, you had a new banner this year. That was the start.
I did get a new banner.
Yeah.
But here's why. And this is why next year's booth is going to be amazing. Mary came in and helped me this year.
She's amazing.
She made me go get a banner. She was like, go get the banner, go do this, go do that. And we're going to have a new banner for next year. I'm thinking about like...
Well, if you need help with design, please ask me.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I will.
Trade of services. Remember? Helping each other.
we want to set it up and do it if we're in the same area, especially because it'll be big enough. We want to set up like a TV. We want to set up some things, and we're just going to show
clips from shows.
Awesome. And when we're live, the TV is going to be so they can stand there and like say something. They can be on camera. The guests.
Oh, so you're gonna like periodically have it be like this is live streamed on our channel right now.
Yep.
But you could also if you're recording a panel in like panel room A and your booth is basically just empty or like Mary's hanging out or whatever, you could actually have it showing the panel you're doing in panel room A at your booth.
Yes, that's my next thing because I couldn't really do that last year.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have a few people working with me next year because so when I'm in there, somebody can film. More snobs. No, nobody needs more snobs. No, but we're gonna really do it up, but it's gonna be mostly because I want people like if they're gonna come over, because we had a lot of people come for Stump the Scene Snobs for just to come hang out at the table. They felt like that was kind of a base. So I'm like, well, then we need to spruce this up and we need to make them A, know who we are, and B, make sure they know, they can get stuff for CFF here, stuff like that, because they know we're affiliated.
Yeah.
So I want to start putting like
official media partner.
Official media partner. That's right.
That's what you started calling it last year. We were like, oh, that's fine.
I did not. You guys gave me that, and I'm holding on to it. I
didn't give you that.
Yes, Steph gave it to me, though.
Well, then it's
yes, you did. Steph said it right in front of me to you, and because she didn't know I was in the room, and she said, go tell she said, go tell Mick that he's considered an official media partner of the Carolina Fear Fest. And I'm like,
yeah.
I was like, this
you
is
definitely
great.
Need like a staff shirt or like a volunteer shirt at the very least. I did a black one for you, right? With the logo on the front.
Yeah, I wore it on a show not too long ago.
Okay, good. Yeah.
And I did the one
this
you
one's
have.
my new favorite.
I have that one.
You have the same one. Mine has blood on it because of Karen.
Because you
bled on me.
Because you're you and you have blood everywhere. It's just all over the place at this point.
Yeah. I sliced my hand open. Oh, you can't see it. I had a window literally like the glass fell out of the frame. Like it just went like, and I was like, oh shit, and like caught it. And I had this like slice across my hand for, I don't know, since I got back from Australia.
Yeah. Oh man, that sucks.
Fine.
Dude, this is the most talkative you've ever been on this show. I love it. You should be way more talkative all the time. You're a good storyteller.
I know. Last time we had a show, it was because there was 3 of us, right? Or 4 of us. So it was like there was more overlap of talking,
Yeah. Well, we got to plan. Well, I don't know what we're going to be doing next month, guys, for her, but it is October. I feel like we should go pretty much.
All right. Yeah, we'll figure it out. I have some ideas. I actually already have a post-it note started for our call on Sunday. So.
Oh, sweet. That's right. Yeah, we have a meeting. All right. So we're planning meetings, talking schedules. We're talking about horror conventions. Talking about
nobody needs to see this.
This is a fun podcast of like where we're just BSing. So we're gonna say goodbyes, everybody. It's that time. I think.
Maybe I can convince him to let me do Destini guesses how they did the effect for our October 24th show, which is just you and me, like doing stuff for Horror Snobs month.
I'm in. 100%. I'm in.
That would be fun. Especially if we have clips. If we have clips and we can show them and like we could do a little thing in the comments.
Was it me finding the clips or is it you?
It's definitely you.
Okay, so don't tell me.
You're going to give me more work to do in October? Come on now.
No, I'm finding the clips, but am I the one guessing?
Maybe we take turns.
Okay, how about
you take turns from a filmmaking point of view and I take turns from a special effects point of view.
I like it.
We're both seeing.
You pick 10. I pick 10. I don't know if we'll go do them all, but at least we'll have 10.
We'll talk about it on Sunday. We'll figure it out.
We'll talk about it Sunday. All right, everybody.
Sorry.
I'm Mick Manhattan from the Scene Snobs, joined as always by Destini, my Destiny. I like.
At least you didn't say density this time.
I didn't. I almost did. I wasn't going to though. Yeah. So next time, 10/24 is the next Con-Versations. Is that a Thursday?
Oh no, that was just going to be me coming on your show.
No, you're on my show. So Destiny's going to be my guest co-host on the 24th on the Scene Snobs podcast, which you can find on the Scene Snobs channel. And
we have not booked our next horror conversations.
Well, did you want to do it on the 26th? Well, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out on Sunday.
Okay, yeah.
And we will give you guys more than enough time to.
We'll check with
that out.
Steph too. Hopefully, we have a guest announcement to talk about on that one.
Yeah, that'd be great.
5 years of fear.
Make sure to watch and find out. But we're not going to tell you.
Why did
till
I
the
do
end.
spirit fingers? Sorry.
Guess who's going to be there? Me.
Us.
Definitely us. Can we please? We'll talk about it. Can we do a Horror Conversations live there?
At the show? The
Yeah.
con?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe. Probably.
All right. Think about it. Put it in your head and let's talk about it. Damon Beatty. What's up, man? How you doing, buddy? All right. We're getting out of here. Until next time, guys, come check out Horror Conversations. The podcast will be available soon, but it is available over on the Scene Snobs channel, or it's over in the Carolina Fear Fest channel. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the button. Oh, I'm just going to quit. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so that way you know when all great shows are coming out like this and more. All right. I'm sorry we missed you today, Damon, but we will be back on the 20-something, or we'll let you know.
Something or other, plus or minus days.
Oh, she didn't comment on it, but if you are interested, snobmerch.com.
That looks so good, by the way. That looks so good. Wait, didn't I give you the file for that sticker?
No, that's not the one you gave me. I made this one.
It should have been.
You did make a good one. Oh, shut up.
I did make a good one.
Later, everybody.
Bye.